What I'm going to talk about today is I got this new deck of tarot cards, this Chinese deck. Traditional Chinese paintings offer vibrant interpretations of the major and minor arcana, archetypal elements of ancient Chinese literature, legend, and culture with subtle tarot symbolism. It's expensive to educate the public, of course, but I want to travel the road less traveled. King of Coins is pictured on the obverse, or maybe that's the back. So I ordered these through Barnes & Noble. Are those Hurons? I think they are. Beautiful artwork, of course. Let's see here. Let me see what I'm looking at. Great mercy, great compassion. The Fool. There he is. Interesting painting. The Magician. Card number 1. There's some text right here that, of course, I cannot read. Where's the text on this one? Right there. Okay. So what I'm resorting to is the little booklet that came with it. For the complete line of tarot cards, books, meditation cards, oracle sets, and other inspirational products, please visit our website, usgamesinc.com. That's USGAMESINC.com. There's an order desk for you, and there's the website. So do that. So meanwhile, I'm going to read just a little bit of what's going on here. Transliteration of Chinese to English spelling varies according to source and was reformed in the early 1980s. For example, the city name of Beijing was formerly spelled Peking and pronounced Peking. Peking duck used to be a delicacy, and now I guess it's Beijing duck. So the spelling used here for Chinese names is that most commonly found in published sources. The transliteration used before the reform. The major arcana. Oh, the Fool. The Fool in China. The Fool in China is seen as foolish and comic, but is also considered a kind and honorable person. Divinatory meanings: folly, lack of discipline, immaturity, irrationality, frivolity, delirium, frenzy, enthusiasm, naivety. Wow. Reverse meanings: bad decision, apathy, hesitation, negligence. And of course, every time I see that word apathy, I think of apathy, 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 which of course is not the lyric of the song. It's apatu, 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 apatu. That sounds like a French word, not a Korean word. I mean, Korea wasn't colonized by the French, was it? Okay, the Magician. Card 1 of the major arcana, the Magician. The Magician holds a flaming sword and a bowl of steaming water. Oh, that's steaming water? Okay, flaming sword and a bowl of steaming water. Interesting, okay? Magic is used in Chinese folklore for curing wounds and illness and for gaining love and power. Divinatory meanings: originality, imagination, self-reliance, self-confidence, deception. Interesting. Reverse meanings: weakness of will, ineptitude, insecurity, delay, the use of one's skills for destructive ends. Yikes. Card 2, the High Priestess. And where's the Chinese? Chinese is, well, there's some here and here on the sashes. So this will probably tell us about it. Oh, and here. Help me, Chinese friends. Tell me what I'm looking at. 2, High Priestess. Shi Tai is the Chinese title for an abbess. The High Priestess uses prayer beads to guide her in chanting a specific number of mantras or meditational prayers, like rosary beads. Divinatory meanings: wisdom, sound judgment, serenity, objectivity, intuition, self-reliance, emotionlessness, platonic relationships. Reverse meanings: ignorance, short-sightedness, selfishness, passion, physical ardor, acceptance of superficial knowledge. Card number 3, and there's some Chinese. And what else we got? The back looks like that. Front looks like that. 3, the Empress. The Empress holds a peony called Flower of Riches and Honors and symbol of Yang, the male principle, a reference to her consort, the Emperor. A phoenix is behind her, a symbol of peace and prosperity, used as an ornament by empresses of China. Divinatory meanings: feminine progress, fruitfulness, accomplishment, marriage, children, feminine influence, ability to motivate others. Reverse meanings: vacillation, lack of interest, lack of concentration, infertility, and infidelity. Yikes. Number 4, the Emperor. 2 splendid dragons decorate the wall behind the Emperor as symbols of strength and goodness. The 5-clawed dragon was the emblem of imperial power. Divinatory meanings: worldly power, confidence, wealth, stability, authority, indomitable spirit, war-making tendencies, male influence. Are those synonymous? Reverse meanings: immaturity, ineffectiveness, indecision, weakness of character, failure to control petty emotions. And number 5 is this long one, Heavenly Master. Maybe we'll conclude what we're doing here with the Heavenly Master. Others are reasonable in length, but the Heavenly Master is long. So let's see what it has to say about the Heavenly Master. Yin and Yang, there's the Chinese. Okay, the Heavenly Master. Chang Dao Ling, or the Heavenly Master, was the first great teacher of Taoism and is known as a great healer and magician. He holds a censer, C-E-N-S-E-R, he holds a censer. On his robe is the symbol of yin yang, the unity of male and female principles, an emblem of creation. Around the yin yang sign are the 8 diagrams or hexagrams, some concealed, that denote the elements of nature and corresponding qualities. Heaven, untiring strength and power. Standing water, for example, lakes and swamps. Pleasure and satisfaction. Fire, brightness and elegance. Thunder, movement and exciting power. The wind and wood. Flexibility and penetration. Water flowing, for example, rain and streams. Peril and difficult. Hills and mountains. Repose and interruption. And earth, capaciousness and submission. The diagrams also represent certain animals. The medallion protects its wearer from misfortune. Is that these, I guess? Yeah. Divinatory meanings: ritualism, mercy, forgiveness, inspiration, compassion, inactivity, period, reserve, period. Tendency to cling to ideas and principles even after they are outdated. Reverse meanings: foolish exercise of generosity, impotence, vulnerability, frailty, unorthodoxy, and renunciation. Wow. Okay, shall we do one more? Number 6, the Lovers. And here's the Chinese. They're on the bottom right there. The Lovers card shows the Cupids of China, the god of harmony and the goddess of union. Twin lotus flowers on one stalk, a pair of hats, and a toad are all symbols of a happy marriage. Divinatory meanings: love, beauty, perfection, harmony, trust, romance, deep feeling, optimism, freedom of emotion, testing someone. Reverse meanings: failure to meet the test, separation, frustration in love and marriage, interference, fickleness, unwise plans. And as I say that, a friend of mine was once telling me that what certain types of birds, maybe even all types of birds, specifically I think they were talking about eagles. One of the things that the female eagle does to test her male, her proposed male, I guess, is takes something way up high in the sky and drops it and expects the male to swoop down, soar, and catch it before it hits the ground. And if he can, then he's strong enough to be her mate. That's in keeping with the concept of testing. Lovers test. Twin lotus flowers, let's see, divinatory meanings: love, beauty, perfection, harmony, trust, romance, deep feeling, optimism, freedom of emotion, testing someone. Number 7, the Chariot. A passionate warrior raises his spear against the forces of evil. A dragon draws his chariot. Divinatory meanings: adversity, possibly already overcome, conflicting influences, vengeance, success, possibly a voyage or a journey, escape, rushing to a decision. Reverse meanings: failure, sudden collapse of plans, unrealistic plans. Number 8, strength. Strength portrays Wu Sung, a legendary hero who slew a tiger. Divinatory meanings: strength, courage, energy, resolution, defiance, action, zeal. Reverse meanings: pettiness, impotence, sickness, lack of faith, abuse of power. Number 9, the Hermit. And I think that's also the sign of Virgo, or relates to, or is associated with the sign of Virgo, which is me. I'm on the tail end of it, born on 9/21. And I read that means I'm not ruled by Mercury, rather I'm ruled by Saturn. And Libras, which I almost am, love justice. And that corresponds to Saturn in my mind. Saturn is in essence, the planet of, well, justice and work and discipline and things of that nature, whereas Jupiter, which is the next planet, is the planet of abundance. Jupiter is the biggest planet. It's huge, whatever all that means. It basically discusses human personality traits. So with or without the planets, or playing cards, or tarot, or whatever you want to use, those elements do in fact exist, and they do transpire in human beings and humans being. That's the interest that I have in it. It helps me understand humans. So anyway, number 9, the hermit. In ancient times, scholars often retreated from the world, living in remote villages or in the mountains. Yeah, too smart to be around people. There they would write literary works and play music, the hermits. And boys often acted as their servants and scribes. I used to have students do that. Divinatory meanings: counsel, knowledge, solicitude, prudence, vigilance, circumspection, self-denial, withdrawal, regression. Circumspection means to be wary of things that are going on all around you. Circumspectly. Circumference is the root word of that. In other words, don't just be looking forward. It's like defensive driving. Just look in all directions so you don't crash into other drivers who aren't paying attention. So drive defensively. That's the moral of that story. Reverse meanings: imprudence, prematurity, incorrect advice, failure caused by dullness, overprudence resulting in unnecessary delay. Number 10, Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is the yin-yang sign in the 8th hexagram, I think that needs to say. C5, Heavenly Master. 5 has the 8 hexagrams. Around it are 4 creatures: a tiger, symbol of dignity and sternness, a phoenix, C3, the Empress, a dragon, C4, the Emperor, and a tortoise, symbol of the universe. Together, the 4 creatures form the quadrants of the sky. Divinatory meanings: destiny, fortune, outcome, culmination, good or bad luck, depending on influence of nearby cards. Inevitability. Reverse meanings: bad luck, broken sequence, outside influence not contemplated. Number 11, justice. Huito is a bodhisattva in Buddhism. A soul whose compassion is such that it postpones complete enlightenment and retains a personality in order to help bring others to enlightenment. Huito, that's W-E-I-T'-O, is depicted in full armor with a spear as a defender of Buddhist principles. Divinatory meanings: justice, balance, harmony, equity, righteousness, virtue, honor. And reverse meanings are bias, false accusations, bigotry, severity in judgment, intolerance, unfairness, abuse. Number 12, hanging ghost. In ancient China, being treated badly with no recourse to justice was a reason for suicide. The hanging ghost is the soul of a person who was wronged. It exhorts people to be kind to one another. Divinatory meanings: life in suspension, transition, change, reversal of the mind and in one's way of life. Apathy and dullness, abandonment, renunciation, the changing of life's forces. Reverse meanings: lack of sacrifice, unwillingness to make the necessary effort, egotism, false prophecy, useless sacrifice. Number 13, death. Yama, portrayed on death, is the ruler of the Buddhist hell. Portrayed on death? That's confusing to me. Yama, portrayed on death, is the ruler of the Buddhist hell. The sound that passes before him is not doomed to stay in hell forever. The soul that passes before him is not doomed to stay in hell forever, but will pass through various trials before being reincarnated as a human or animal. Divinatory meanings: transformation, clearing away the old to make way for the new, unexpected change, alteration, the ending of a familiar situation or friendship, financial loss, beginning of a new era. Reverse meanings: stagnation, slow changes, partial change, inertia, narrowly avoiding a serious accident. Number 14, temperance. A monk prays in a temple. Buddhist nuns and monks begin monastic life by shaving their heads and making 9 burns on their scalps with joss sticks. The bell behind him is rung to mark periods of prayer and meditation, and it symbolizes stillness and veneration. Divinatory meanings: moderation, temperance, patience, accommodation, harmony, fusion, management, adjustment, good influence. Reverse meanings: discord, conflict of interests, hostility, inability to work with others. Number 15, the devil. A horse-headed demon and a bull-headed demon hold chains and a spear with which torment the souls during their trials in hell. The horse-headed demon is also associated with the thunderbolt, the blow of which is like Buddhist doctrine, which dispels illusion and wickedness. Divinatory meanings: subordination, ravage, bondage, malevolence, subservience, downfall, weird experience, bad outside influence or advice, black magic, unexpected failure. Reverse meanings: release from bondage, divorce, recognition of one's needs by another person, overcoming severe handicaps. Number 16, the tower. A tower is struck by the god of thunder and the goddess of lightning. The cock-headed god is winged and wields a mallet and chisel and stands on drums. He kills the unrighteous, assisted by the lightning goddess, who flashes light to blind the victim. Divinatory meanings: complete and sudden change, breaking down of old beliefs, abandonment of past relationships, severing of a friendship, changing one's opinion. Reverse meanings: continued oppression, living in a rut, entrapment in an unhappy situation. And, bear in mind, this is all from the 1400s, basically, I think, is when these were really developed and invented, and, the definitions were delineated. So this is all 15th century stuff. 15th century, that was, well, let's see, I'm not sure how old Queen Elizabeth I was when she died, but this would predate her, or at the very least have come to be when she was a little girl. So number 17, the star. The star depicts the god of longevity, an old man who is represented by the star Canopus. Oh, I know of a drum company called Canopus Drums. I need to know what that word means. In the constellation Carina. Let me read that again. The star depicts the god of longevity, an old man who is represented by the star Canopus in the constellation Carina. He holds the peaches of the miraculous tree. He holds the peaches of the miraculous tree that blossoms only once every 3,000 years, and he is accompanied by a stag. Cranes are an emblem of longevity. Interesting. Okay, I wonder if Hurons then are as well. I have this Huron here, and I saw the Hurons. Is a Huron a crane? I need to look that up. Probably. Anyway, but I digress. Divinatory meanings: hope, faith, inspiration, bright prospects, mixing of the past and present, optimism, insight, good omen, spiritual love, astrological influence, pleasure. Reverse meanings: disappointment, pessimism, bad luck, lack of opportunity, stubbornness, imbalance. Number 18, the moon. The The moon represents the female essence of nature. The goddess of the moon holds a hare. The goddess of the moon holds a hare, an emblem of longevity. That's a rabbit. Like this guy, the Easter bunny, symbol of longevity. Divinatory meanings: deception, twilight, obscurity, intuition, disillusionment, danger, bad influence, ulterior motives, false friends. Reverse meanings: a minor deception recognized before damage is done, trifling mistakes, overcoming temptation. Trifling mistakes, that's funny. Number 19, the sun. A Chinese legend relates that in ancient times there were 9 suns in the sky. Scorched by the suns, earth was almost bare and lifeless. Han Yi, husband of the moon goddess, took his bow and arrow and shot down 8 of the 9 suns. With only 1 sun in the sky, earth was saved. Divinatory meanings: accomplishment, contentment, success, favorable relations, love, joy, devotion, achievement. Makes me think of love, joy, peace, long suffering. Against such there is no law. So a lot of this is certainly borrowed from the Bible. Reverse meanings: unhappiness, loneliness, possibly a broken engagement or marriage, canceled plans, triumph delayed. Number 20, Confucius. The teachings of Confucius emphasize benevolence, a sense of duty, sincerity, justice, and wisdom. The philosophy is based on the tenet that the universe and humanity are regulated by a moral order. Divinatory meanings: atonement, judgment, self-perspective, rejuvenation, rebirth, improvement, development, promotion. Reverse meanings: disappointment, failure to face facts, indecision, divorce, procrastination, theft, alienation of affections. Number 21, the universe. Kuan Yin is the goddess of benevolence and salvation. Kuan Yin is the goddess of benevolence and salvation. People out of the abyss of misery. She helps people out of the abyss of misery and leads them to paradise. Divinatory meanings: attachment, completion, perfection, ultimate change, synthesis, fulfillment, capability, triumph in undertakings, rewards of hard work, admiration of others. Reverse meanings: imperfection, failure to complete the task one starts, lack of vision. Next up, the minor arcana. So that was interesting. I mean, this thing is, my eyes are crossing up because this is some little fine printed text, but interesting. I mean, it's, the interest for me lies in the disclosing of human personality traits, which we all have, inspired by numerous ways.
Well, I guess they're shoveled now.